Hey beautiful family, before I start, let me send abundance of love from myself to whoever you are and wherever you're watching. I have a very interesting event to share with you all, and it's in relation to my recent sharing about seeing beings of light who are blue in their colour and are seemingly helping us here on earth and helping myself, and have helped with the charity, etc. And I do deem them to be angelic, and in these times where the veil drops and we get that glimpse of that world, then I'm beginning to understand that we are so pinned here in our material body that we forget our light body. And often when we can sow things into our light body, it will flow down here. And for someone who's going through healing, which I am on many different levels, I guess this is an integral part of it. If you keep going matter on matter, which has a place, you are perhaps missing sowing the healing in the light body, which is the root of the matter that you are. And so, in my video about the light beings, I said that around about 8 or 9 weeks ago, in a meditation, I saw them coming toward me and they poked me in what I said was my liver. The things that were happening were so unreal that I knew I hadn't been creating or imagining them or anything of this nature. I knew these were actual astral events going on. And so this has continued, and in one instance they came and they poked me in my liver. And during the meditation of them poking me in my liver, in real life I jumped in pain and they told me to stay with them. So I recentered myself. And so this has been an ongoing journey, and it's taking me down into things that I didn't know I had, like childhood wounds, and I'm being escorted into them, and this is all part of the healing journey. And I jumped in pain in real life from what I saw in the meditation. I jumped. And they told me stay with them. So this was 9 weeks ago. Now, over the last week and a half, I'm a little bit tired here because something happened. And I have to share a little bit of personal medical information with you, but I think it's important. I thought they'd poked me in my liver because it's that area of my body, but also at that part of your body is your gallbladder. And as I say, around about nearly 2 weeks ago, I started to have pain in that area. And of course I thought about these guys, and I thought, oh, were they trying to alert me that something was wrong? And so this pain increased and moved to my shoulder. And then eventually I started to pass stones. Now, this is awful, this sounds rough, I know, and it was rough. And I've never passed a stone in my life. I've never even contemplated that my body would form a stone. You know, I just haven't. And my body began to pass stones, and a lot of stones. And it was painful in this process of excreting stones that come from where you poop from, shall we say, come from your rectum. And so this was a very tiring week because every day I was passing them. So I was kind of like, okay, I've got gallstones, and they were trying to tell me that there's a problem here. I don't know. But then I realized I don't know, and I disengaged this problem-solving mind that we have. And I also accepted that to some degree, you know, medical science doesn't yet know. It doesn't. And when we look at our medical establishment, if you have an emergency, they are wonderful and beautiful human beings doing a great job in the world, and I have so much respect and love for people in that world. Someone wrote me recently, a palliative care nurse, and I said thank you for doing that for humanity, because I know how emotional and difficult and strenuous jobs like this are. I don't want to call them a job. Callings like this are. And so there's a space for it, but I also think that there's a lot of healing that goes on energetically emotionally, mentally, spiritually, in the light realm as well, if we want to call it that, which is expressed in different physical behaviours of the body. Now, I hadn't ever thought of that when I thought of stones coming from your body, how heavy and dense they are, and what that might represent in the internal healing. But I am healing in my heart, and healing from a lot of traumatic experiences I've gone through out in Africa, and a lot of things like grief, which I'll share when the time comes. And you can't be the guardian of children who pass away and not be affected by that. Not when you quietly and subversively cling to it, as I had done with this notion of separation, as if it had happened. It's a strange thing. Recent was the anniversary of a child who died, and I think the sorrow of it for me is not that they're gone, because I know they're in a better place, but on that day I knew that nobody else in the world was thinking about them except me. And that hurt me, that felt wrong, and these things sit on you. Because they were worth so much more than that. They deserve to be... They were bright when they were here, and they deserve to be remembered, is how it feels. I don't know, I'm processing that still. So anyway, back to this story. I was passing stones, and eventually I had a lot of pain in the left side as well, and I decided it was time to go to a hospital. So I went to a hospital and I had an ultrasound done. I showed them the stones which I'd collected from my body, and they rushed me in straight. There was a big queue. They put me straight in, and they were like, this is not normal, something's not right. And they did an ultrasound, they couldn't find anything. The doctor said they must have moved, and this is bad because it must have blocked somewhere, so we need to do a CT scan. And I was like, radiation, but I was in pain across my chest, and I said, okay, then let us do the CT scan. So I did the CT scan here in Germany, and I was waiting, and a doctor came in. It was on the evening time, and he said, look, I've even had to call my boss, who's not here at the moment, the head consultant, because we're so confused. But it's one of those situations where we haven't seen it, but it's happened, so we have to accept it. And he said the reality is that your body has passed all of the gallstones that you had. There are no stones inside your body anymore. They're all gone. He said, most people have to have the gallbladder removed because they get stuck, or at least they pass a few and they have pain and the gallbladder still has some remaining. But my body had expelled all of them, and quite miraculously so, considering where these beings of blue light prodded me. Now, I'm not claiming it's a miracle, but I am saying that there's a definite correlation between what happened in my meditation, and I am without answers to a huge degree, but I am going to state that I feel that these are healers of the light body, which ultimately will be a healer of the physical body. And so all the healing that I need to go through, I still have physical healing to go through. I'm not able to go and run marathon like I used to since I got sick, etc. And the beauty of this experience is for me that I saw that happen. I saw them sow that. I saw them sow this seed of healing 8 or 9 weeks ago. And as I said in my recent video, it was sowed up seed in the realm of my light body, and it took time for it to flow into the manifestation of the physicality that I am. And so I have seen them do other things to my body too in meditation, not just this prod in the liver, or the gallbladder as it turns out it may have been. And to know that that healing is written in the light, and because it's written upstream in the light, I know it's coming. I just have to wait for it to arrive here in the manifestation of this realm. This I am standing by. After this experience, I have to say that this I am certain of. My healing in its entirety. in its entirety is inbound, and I can see it coming. Because of this experience, I can see it coming, and despite sometimes having difficult days, what a pleasure it is to watch. Not by the sight of the pain or whatever else is going on, but to watch with the faith of knowing, of seeing that light of healing travelling towards me. It's just navigating, it's just making its way through the spectrum and the dimensions of reality, from that higher dimensional me, existing in the light, as a higher dimensional you exists in the light too. And it's meandering and making its way here. And who knows, maybe saying it like that slows it down, but there was this 8 or 9 week delay between that prod and some sort of movement. And so this is how I've come to see it. I have no idea. I'm just surrendered and I trust it. God is good. God bless, guys. Bye.
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. What you'll find when you look into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in the world of my creation. Living there, you will see what you truly wish to be. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Once you change the world, nothing to it. There is no life I know that compares with pure imagination. What you'll find